the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now
Alright guys, welcome to another week. We're going the distance this time. We're going to Butte, Montana. Gonna get some miles on the road. Gonna get some better driver pay. The pay rate is not as good, but it is what it is. Looks like this is my container, but this guy hasn't even talked to me yet. But let's get this figured out and get this week going. Alright guys, we're all loaded up. First time with the mountain container. This is a beautiful dark green, but it is a double door. I'll get the number there. My paperwork did not specify on my rate con for a double door, but when I got here, they said that it's supposed to be a double door per the release number. So I contacted the broker, and he said, oh yeah, it's a double door. So I'm just documenting it because my rate con didn't say it, and this broker I'm working with, they've been kind of sketchy recently. Waiting 60 days to pay a bill. They're still guaranteed by my factoring company, so I still work with them, but they have like tried messing with my pay before, and then also they got all these new guidelines where if you don't send a picture or if anything's wrong, they're gonna dock you 200 bucks. So I'm just doing my fair share of documentation just in case for the future, because I had to threaten them with video footage before, and then they got everything squared away. So this is a huge insurance policy. One, it's great knowledge for you guys, share how the industry works, but also this is to protect me and for lawsuits or anything like that. But I did top off the fuel because we're heading over the mountains, and last thing you want to do is head over the mountains and be running out of fuel. But let's go ahead and hit the road. It's about 10 o'clock now, and so far so good. All right, we are going over the Idaho Panhandle, heading towards like Kellogg essentially. But you can see there's no snow on the ground, but the weather has changed. It is foggy, it's not raining, but it's 36 degrees, so it could potentially have ice because it's still early in the morning. The sun just came up, but as far as like driving conditions, it's pretty good, you know. Going you know, what today, the 14th of November, still pretty good. So according to the weather forecast for the week in this area, there's not supposed to be any snow. So I'm gonna try to keep on running in this area as long as I can, and then once snow starts hitting the ground, you just got to start evaluating, you know. Do you want to pull off right there and put on snow chains or take on snow chains, or do you want to pull off right here and do that kind of stuff when, you know, the conditions are that bad? I really don't want to be on the side of the road to get ran over by some car that loses control. So that's just my kind of train of thought, and it's just a lot of risk, and it's not like the rates are going up or they compensate you for putting on snow chains or any of that stuff. So just keep all that stuff in mind when you're in the market to you know, drive or be in this industry, or if you live in a mountainous area. I mean, I know how to drive in snow. It's just a completely different thing when you're in a commercial vehicle. It's just a whole there's a lot more liability. That's why I have a $1 million liability policy, is to protect myself from car accidents and stuff. And also, I don't want to go to jail for killing somebody, so we're gonna be safe like we were last year. We didn't have to chain up once. But yeah, just wanted to give you a little update. There has been some snowfall, in this area, but just like Snoqualmie Pass, it hasn't stayed cold enough for the snow to stick and stay, except for the very high tops. But I'll let you know if there's any other updates. They are almost done with this highway, which has been a dramatic improvement. It's very smooth. It doesn't have all those potholes anymore. But I'll let you know if anything else comes up. Alright guys, it's very busy here. They're trying to load the semi over here. So I got unstrapped in the back off the road. I just pulled in. I'm gonna pluck this off here. I already went inside and grabbed paperwork, so we should be good to go. And get up out of here and hopefully find some work. But yeah, they got some custom trailers for delivery. It's a good location. However, when I was inside the office, the ladies in the office were telling me that they've had a huge problem with foreigners driving and operating and don't know how to read or write or speak English, and it's been a nightmare, and they've been driving off without getting their paperwork signed, you know, their bill of lading and all that. And so I just find it very interesting. Myself personally, I've witnessed this when I went to CDL school. I was the only person in my class that, one, was American, two, could well, I wouldn't say the only one that could read and write. I did meet some two gentlemen from Africa that were very well versed in English, but besides that, the rest of the class did not speak, read, or write English, which is a federal law. To have a commercial driver's license, you must be able to read, write, and speak English. So I don't know what to do, what the fix is, but it is an issue, because they're taking our jobs and working for free, essentially working for cheap, and also working illegally. So let me know in the comments if you've experienced any of this, and you know what you think the fix is. But I'm gonna make sure there's no dirt, rocks, or debris on my trailer before I leave, and get out of here. Guys, I just got the symbol of death. Check engine light just popped up for the DEF service. DEF 98 miles and 65 mile max speed. What is going on? Alright guys, we just pulled up the Pilot down the street. Hopefully it just is low on DEF fluid, but I didn't get any alerts saying, you know, 1,000 miles till empty, 500 miles till empty, 250. I didn't get any of those alerts, and I just topped it off yesterday, and it's only been about 500 miles, so it'd be very odd that it went through all that DEF in 500 miles. But we're gonna go fill up, and hopefully that's the problem. Otherwise we're gonna have some problems, because here in Butte there is not a GMC dealership. This is not that big of a town. All right, so not a good sign. It's still up, and it only took 1.8 gallons of DEF fluid, and I think empty it takes 4.5. So we're gonna have to park and try to figure out if we could do some troubleshooting, see if we can force it into a regen. I don't know. I wish this was live and I had live feedback, but I'm gonna try to figure this out. All right guys, I did a Google search, and I guess there is some kind of GM service here in Butte. I don't know if it's big or not, but they have the capability to work on the truck. So I dropped the trailer, locked it all up, got the tarps on here in Butte, the truck stop. So you know, got the GPS in the trailer and everything, so if someone does steal it, we'll be able to track them down pretty quick. But man, I'm thinking worst case scenario already. I might have to leave the truck here and file an insurance claim with my extended warranty with GM, and they reimburse me hotel, airplane, all that stuff if I'm outside of my 150-mile radius of home, which I am. So might be what we have to do, because I can't even limp at home if it's going to reduce my speed to 55, 45, 35, all the way down to 0. I'm 615 miles away from home, so it's not looking good. So we're back in Butte. I've never been on this side of town. The other side of town is all old brick buildings, which is nice and feels like old country. Never been over here. Looks like they got a mall, and this whole side of town is all modern. That's why I was really shocked that there was a GMC here, because I've never been on this side, and I've never seen anything modern, so just wasn't expecting it. But now as I'm driving down this road, I see that this is actually all very modern industry, so I should be in luck. All right, guys, Butte Auto here in Butte, Montana. I had a faulty def injector, and they had it in stock and replaced it. I am so grateful. Check engine, everything's gone. I've never been treated so well at any dealership before. Huge shout out. All right, guys, just bought some new wiper blades. I tried cleaning mine this morning, and when I was running. All right, guys, we're all loaded up. This is supposed to be a standard high quality cube. I've never heard that term before, so I did send a picture of this to the customer and to the broker. The broker normally doesn't really care about the container, this broker, but I always do send it to the customer because the broker doesn't approve it, so I'll let the customer approve it. And I don't see any holes. It looks like there is a patch job, but it looks like it was done pretty well. And then the doors on the back opened and closed really nicely and sealed good, so I don't see anything wrong with it. But because it said high quality, I took some extra steps to make sure I don't deliver something that they don't want, because I did get a nice little bump in the pay raise on running this container to this location. Well, it doesn't take long for weather to change. Bad weather. But everything else is good. Well, we just came over Lookout Pass, and it looked like it snowed a couple hours ago. But it's warmed up. It's 37 now. It's not surprising, because for 2 hours I was driving through that fog, and it was freezing fog. My antenna was an icicle, and there was one car accident that I saw on the highway. You know, just when you got ice, you gotta slow down. Can't be changing lanes super quick and everything, so you know, just be careful. You guys see these driving conditions in the morning? I don't know why it's so popular to be so foggy, but man, this fog is awful. It really is. Anyways, we are making our final stretch. We're gonna go a longer route to get there. We're gonna go through Helena, up I-15, I believe, to get to Great Falls, instead of taking the shortcut through Lincoln, because man, the pass in Lincoln is steep, sharp, single lane with a cliff, and you know, it's just probably not the safest route for trucking in the winter. It's totally fine in the summer and all that, but in the winter it's not very safe. So this other route, it is about 30 miles longer and 30 minutes longer, but I've taken this route before and it's a lot smoother. It's multiple lanes. It's not just a one lane road highway. It should be a better route, so I'll let you know how that goes. I haven't actually driven it from this direction, but I've taken this section of road. So I'm familiar with the section of highway, but I actually haven't driven it. But it should be good. It's an extra 30 minutes and it's safer. So McDonald Pass, it does seem like a better route. There is a government facility over here that plows the road right on this highway, so it should stay clear pretty year round. It is double lanes on both sides, which is better. And yeah, so far this seems like a better route, a safer route. There is a steep part, just like there is going through Lincoln, but it doesn't seem like it's as steep. And it's also got 4 lanes, you know, wide instead of 2. And it's not as intimidating. The other pass is completely in the shade almost all day, and this is actually getting a lot of sunlight, so it makes driving on it much easier, and accumulation of ice a little less risky of black ice. So far I think this is a better route. All right, we just came from Helena down that way. We're at a rest area, which is nice. These rest areas are really nice, and you know, this is making a lot more sense as a winter route, having a rest area in the park if things get bad, a place to fuel up, because this route is a little bit longer from Missoula. I do have to top off the tank. The other route, I would make it there just with enough fuel. But yeah, everything's looking great, and I think we're about an hour away, so let's finish this up. All right, well, the guys showed up. They're gonna get this thing unloaded, and man, it's just a beautiful day. It's something to really enjoy. I just realized he's got 2 trailers. Nice. But let's get this wrapped up and figure out what the game plan is. I'm just gonna go to a truck stop and figure out if I'm gonna do my reset now or if I'm gonna go back to Missoula and reset. All right, guys, before I forget, it was about 7 miles per gallon. We did deadhead 7 miles to this truck stop, so 700 miles. They paid $1,800, so it was $2.57 a mile. Not bad, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and drive off to Missoula, because tomorrow it's supposed to potentially rain, and it's going to be cold enough where that rain could be snow. I don't have enough time on my clock to actually make it all the way home, but if I make it to Missoula, do my reset, it'll be a lot easier to get home. I should be able to get home from Missoula in one day. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and get some fuel while we're here and hit the road and do our reset. Hopefully you guys have a good week.